Hey guys, Quantum Videos here. Thanks for tuning in. Want to thank you all my new subscribers. Up to 159. I want to get up to 160 soon, hopefully. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Today I'm reviewing That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Episode 8, Inherited Wills. Now, in this episode, a little recap. Ifrit got absorbed by Rimuru, and Shizu is on her deathbed. She's currently talking with Rimuru. They constructed tents. They're rebuilding the town. So basically, this takes place, a little bit after those events of episode 7. So basically, Shizu's wants to tell Rimuru his story, her story, and she basically asks him to listen. As you know, she was summoned there by a demon lord known as Leon Cromwell. He's a very powerful demon lord, one of the upper tiered ones. And she is abandoned by him when this hero, who Rimuru suspects is possibly the hero that vanquished Valdora, comes and basically rescues her because she's left behind as his rear guard when he abandons his castle. And of course, she's greatly troubled by the fact that she killed her friend and was basically forced to kill her friend and that animal in the previous episode because Leon forced her to. With Ifrit's will, he controlled her. So basically, she goes into detail about how after the girl left her, she actually gave her the mask that she wears, which allowed her to gain control of the spirit of Ifrit and allowed her to gain some control over the fire. Anyways, she mentions how she started teaching at a school for children who are actually summoned from other worlds. And I pulled this picture off the credits here because it shows some of the kids that she's actually helping to raise and teaching about this new world. And she basically is telling Rimuru how she had the greatest time of her life, and here she's basically talking about this joke that Rimuru had from, what is that? The Dragon Quest games. It's I'm not a bad slime. I don't know which version of Dragon Quest it is from, but I do know it's from that series. Now, Rimuru is dying. Now, since Shizu is dying, she basically asked Rimuru to let her reside within him, and in order to do that, she wants to live in the memories that Rimuru has of her homeland, of Shizu's homeland, because they're both from Japan, and by residing in Rimuru, she'll be able to dream eternal, pleasant dreams, because she doesn't like the homeland that she doesn't like this land that she and Rimuru are in right now, and Rimuru basically agrees to let Shizu reside within him. So he basically absorbs her, but before she does pass away, she asks several things of Rimuru, and this is actually what gives Rimuru purpose for the remainder of the series. I'm sorry, I meant series. It gives him some drive, some ambition, what he needs to do, because he does state at the end of the episode he has a mission now and he needs to gather information before he can make an educated decision on what to do next. So her two requests are, I just wanted Leon to acknowledge that Shizu was human and that she existed. Now, she says perhaps, but I know Rimuru just wants to find this demon lord and just punch him in the face. I mean, wouldn't you, for all that he's done to her, making her kill her friends and just the sad, sad things that she's done. I feel so bad for her. And I just love this anime because it made you able to relate to this show so much. It was just heart-wrenching. I shed a tear during this. And, of course, she wants to ask the Demon Lord if there's a way that she can send the children she helped back to their own homeworlds. Now, you see her. She's very close, if not already passed away, because Ifrit's spirit, I think, was halting her aging process, and without him, her body's deteriorated to the point where it's now aged to its actual age. And my guess is since she is in her 40s, I'm guessing she's somewhere around 80 or 90, if not older. Now, Rimuru gently absorbs her into his body. And when he does that, I did tell him in my previous reviews that he does gain her form as kind of a gift from her. That's how he views it, at least. He basically views it as a gift that she gave him in order to carry out her wishes. So basically, when she's dreaming inside of Rimuru for I guess, her version of heaven. She looks and sees the hero that helped saved her from Leon and gave her purpose and helped her, achieve stuff. But instead, they direct her to her mom. And when you're looking at this picture of her mom waiting there during the 40s and stuff, you notice that there's a bomb shelter on the left here. So you know that this was all taking place during some turbulent times. If you look at that sand-packed bomb shelter on the left. Now, when you see her running towards her mom, she's actually at her oldest stage, and then she starts slowly becoming younger. This is the version of her you see at the Demon Lord's castle when she's younger with that friend. And then as we go further into the dreamscape scenario, you see her enter her earliest form from when she was summoned to this world. And of course, you see her gently, running towards Ma, and crying out her name, and just so heartwarming. I can't tell you how much I love this anime. The art, the acting, the voice acting is amazing, and of course, she embraces her mom. I can relate so much to missing my own mom because she actually passed away recently this last Mother's Day, and I just you never miss it until it's gone. And you just never take that for granted, anyone. It's tough. And so Rimuru basically inherits her form, and then his companions come into the tent and see Rimuru crying because this is the first time he's able to express his emotions. And, he's able to just feel the sadness that's coursing through him with Shizu's passing. So, he's basically like, does this little epilogue that her name was Shizu Izawa, and she was from Japan, and she helped save many people's lives, and she helped change the face of this world, and she existed, and he acknowledges that fact, and she will continue to exist in his memories. So basically, he goes on to say that not only has he inherited the will of the Storm Dragon Valdora, but he's also inherited the will of Shizu Izawa. So now he has a mission in this world to find and carry out the objectives that Shizu gave him. Not only to carry out the will of Valdora as well, because Valdora actually named him. So here he's kind of erected a little monument to Shizu. It's probably not going to be featured in the anime again, but he's kind of, doing the Japanese thing with praying to it and stuff. And, of course, the adventurers come in, and they're actually the ones who discover him crying in that scene. And they ask to see Rimuru's human form again, which looks like Shizu. Keep in mind that Shizu does not have a predetermined sex. Since he's a slime, he does not have an actual gender. So he does not have any sort of male or female anatomy parts. Rimuru basically says that their equipment looks really shabby, so I wanted to feature the fact that he gave them some experimental, really fancy armor here. This is like scale mail here that Kaijin forged. And of course, I'm thinking that the female sorcerer was given like spider silk robes. She says they're really durable and just really soft. I'm thinking that's going to be something that he's gotten from possibly his spider silk ability, that he can, just spit out all that webbing. And then the other guy basically gets this dire wolf fur-lined leather armor. It offers great mobility and weapon range, so I'm thinking that some of the wolves probably donated some of their, shed fur for this, because I don't want to think of anything else besides that, right? So then, of course, we enter the final scenes of this episode, which was fantastic. You get this masked guy named Gelmond, and he is actually a villain setting up for the next arc of this anime, and his job is to find an orc, and this orc is going to be named Geld, and he's going to become a demon lord named Orc Disaster when he is named, and Gelmond wants him to take over the Great Forest. Now, in the next episode, you will be seeing some actual ogres, and Rimuru is going to name them, and they're going to become his followers. But that leads into him meeting the lizard people, and the lizard people in turn following him as well. And then they're actually going to vanquish Geld here, and Rimuru is going to take in Geld's son, and he's going to actually join them in the orcs here. The orcs here are basically going to start joining him, and then he's going to lead a big dry forest nation group, and then of course the Dwarven Kingdom is going to come, and they're going to sign a treaty. Just setting up for a bunch of stuff long term in this anime. Again, if you don't know, this anime is going to be having a run of 24 episodes. This is my longest review. If you tuned in this much or this long, I want to thank everyone for subscribing. Try and get to that 160 mark. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed my information, my content. Subscribe now if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone who has, and you guys have a great day, and I appreciate everything that you guys do for me.